Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you right now is apparently GOA was ready. When Kamala dropped her announcement that her new VP pick was a gun-controlling psychopath from Minnesota, apparently GOA was completely ready. They had all sorts of clips of this exact same guy talking about how he's going to infringe upon your gun rights the same way he did against Minnesotans. This is something that you can send out because it's all in one place. Easy to share, snacky, delicious little morsel for anyone who would care about their freedoms. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Let's get it and teach these gun controllers a thing or three about their VP candidate. Because after all, it only took about 4 seconds before GOA dropped all of these. But before I get to GOAs, I'm going to show you what Kamala Harris put out. This is from her campaign. Yeah. There's a consistency. I'm going to walk you through all of it. Again, this is all put together to be concise so you guys can send this out and spread the message of what they're going to do should they get power. Check this out from Kamala HQ right here.
Hope woke up like many of you did 5 weeks ago and Dad said, Dad, you're the only person I know who's in elected office. You need to stop what's happening with this. I'll take my kick in the butt for the NRA. I spent 25 years in the Army and I hunt. And I gave the money back, and I'll tell you what I have been doing. I've been voting for common sense legislation that protects the Second Amendment, but we can do background checks. We can do CDC research. We can make sure we don't have reciprocal carry among states, and we can make sure that those weapons of war that I carried in war is the only place where those weapons are at.
Okay. I guess if you say it real fast, all of a sudden it's a lot more validity. This is important because he just not only said what he did in Minnesota, he just said what they're going to do on a national level. He mentioned red flag laws. He mentioned universal background checks. He mentioned the funding of the CDC for gun violence research, which then leads to more executive action. All of the things that he just said, those are wet dream, perfect list of the Davy Hoggs of the world. There's an image for you. But that's before I even get to GOA. That's when they literally said, look how great our candidate is. That's what they're hanging their hat on, okay? Let's go to GOA, because like I told you, they came ready. They either had a headline of what was going to happen, or they just had research on everybody. I don't care. This is what I need to see. Check this out. Oh, by the way, GOA. Goals, the GOA event that's happening middle of this month, like the 17th or 18th of August in Knoxville. Make sure you're there. I'll be speaking at some events. I'll be on some panels. It's like $25 if you're not a GOA member. Covers the whole family. If you are GOA, you get in for free. It'll be an amazing time. You guys should check it out. But I forgot to say at the beginning. Let's get to GOA's research number one. I got 3 more of these.
Whether it be red flag, extreme risk protection orders, and I think Superintendent Evans can speak to the specifics of that. I think in my latest briefing, we've issued 71 of those. Whether it be
71 of those. So not only did they issue red flag laws or extreme risk protection orders, which are extremely unconstitutional and very violative of due process of Minnesotans, he's also got a list per his previous briefings of where he clearly gets briefings. 71 Minnesotans have their guns taken from them without due process. This is who they're putting up. Kamala Harris said, I'm not a radical. I don't want to take your guns. I don't want to do anything. And then she nominates this guy. Okay, let's keep going. Again, this is all just on the first blush of research. This one is for, I believe this is red flag laws specifically, along with binary triggers. Red flag laws was the first part.
And if you're not turning your lawful firearm into an illegal firearm with a binary trigger to make it an automatic weapon, basically, nothing infringed upon your Second Amendment rights. And if you're not...
Oh, the only problem with that is the Supreme Court says that by definition, the NFA is the NFA. A trigger that actually resets automatic or manually does not qualify as an automatic firearm. But it doesn't matter because you're still going to go down to the exact same talking points. And the reason that this one's so important is because they're completely defying Supreme Court. They're completely defying logic. They're completely defying definitions of what a full auto is and focusing on the emotional reaction scary part. It's like an automatic weapon almost, but it's not, but it almost, that's the whole thing. The reason that they don't go down this road that much anymore on this is because they got stuffed in the courts with the bump stock, the Cargill decision. Well, it's not a full auto machine gun, but it fires quickly. That's not what the definition of an automatic machine gun is per the NFA. That's the point. That's who we're dealing with right here. This guy doesn't care about any of that. This guy just wants to get these common sense gun laws in. This is probably one of the most extreme gun control tickets that I've ever seen. And I've lived through Obama and Biden. All right, let's keep going. I got one more for you. Again, this is all meant to be concise and in one sweet spot where you can share it out to everybody. Check this one.
I think we could deal with background checks. We can make sure there's universal background checks. We can make sure, as we said earlier, that we're part of the national effort to get these weapons of war off the streets, making sure that that's something Minnesota's a part of. I think we can.
Okay, so he's utilizing Minnesota to be the leader of universal background checks. That only happens with a national registry. That's illegal. You've got red flag laws, extremely violative of due process of every single American in this case, because now he's running for VP. This is the guy Kamala chose. At the time, it was Minnesotans. And then an assault weapons ban. Now, want to know what's so fascinating about that? Those exact same three things: universal background check system, red flag laws, and and assault weapons bans. That's exactly what Kamala's talking points are on her platform for gun control. This is the most extreme gun control platform you're going to see. This ticket, they went for bear because they are feeling quite froggy that they're going to get all the gun control and they're going to win. That's what they're feeling. That explains why this is. She wanted someone more radical who emulated her positions. There you go. The main reason that this is so amazing is because GOA was ready to drop it fast. We are seeing a facilitation and an efficiency start to develop on the gun rights side of things, to where we have all of these clips ready to drop immediately. That's incredibly important. We're going to hear a lot more about this. I got more CNN stuff. I got more analysis coming on this. Make sure you guys have that subscription on. Make sure your notification bell's on, and no one is taking that from you and they're unsubscribing you. And thank you for that view. I will see you guys on the next one. I hope you enjoyed.